Let me first start with a small prayer. A prayer dedicated to our chairman and to my beloved father, who is not here with us. He is not here with us physically, but he will always remain with us in spirit, in our heart, and in our institute. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So, I do not look at this day as a very sad day or a day of when I have a lot of grief or a lot of sadness in my heart. No, I look at it as a day as we have our 18th brainwave, we have Utopia happening, we are having our first Founders Day. I look at it as a day to celebrate. I look at it as a day that we celebrate the life of a person who dedicated himself for a cause, for a social cause. Let me touch back a little bit on his history, which I'm sure most of us know. He was born in an affluent family in Shikarpur in Sindh in the year 1930. His father passed away when he was 12, and the family was suddenly found themselves debt-ridden. And the money was borrowed from different people by his older brothers. They chose, even at that point of time, to maintain the dignity and the honor of the family and sold most of their belongings to pay off their debts. And at that point of time, when Mr. P.P. Shapriya was 13 years old, he was pushed out of home to earn a living. He was the third son, and there were totally 10 siblings. He started his journey in Amritsar with 10 rupees as his first salary. His destiny had tied him to Pune. So even before partition, he had come to Pune as a house help and as a help in the shop of a distant relative. That point of time he made rupees 30 a month, which was a very big sum of money. He started his day at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning by filling water in vessels, and would continue serving on customers, giving them water or sweeping the floor or maintaining the shop, and actually lived on tidbits or some food that was given to him, and would sleep only after 11 or 12 in the night. So this man, if this man can make a journey from there to here, it is ample proof that any of us who have a dream, who have the fire in the belly, the most important ingredient according to him was the fire in the belly. Keep the fire in the belly and we can achieve what we want. Let me begin with a small quote that he would love to share. I, who never had the opportunity of formal education during my childhood, am now able to provide education to millions of deserving children. So here we have a man who was not educated. He started a small, you could call it entrepreneurship industry by selling cables and wires, literally as a feriwala on Lakshmi Road. From there they grew to putting up a small shed and to a small industry at Pimpri, and they have grown, and we have seen Finolex grow into a sizable company, into a fairly well-known contributor to social and economical development of our country. So this man who was not just an industrialist, who was an entrepreneur, but he had a commitment to society and he had a commitment to education. And in the years where the word corporate social responsibility was not known, corporate social responsibility is a buzzword now in the last few years, but in the years when it was not known, he quietly inducted in all of us, in his whole team, whether it is FAMT, whether it is I2IT or whether it is Finolex, he inducted the concepts, the values of giving back to society, of sharing your wealth. He was very clear, I am a capitalist, I am here to make money, I am a businessman. He made money in fair means. He did not play dirty. And from whatever wealth he generated with his team, he saw to it that a good bit was used for the welfare of society. Finolex Industries, Ratnagiri, the concept was in 1991-92. Finolex Industries, Ratnagiri started in April 94, but he would scout this whole Konkan region, surveying where to put up the plant. So I remember a few stories he would tell me from that time, that how his destiny again tied him back to Ratnagiri. When we used to come here, the first thing that used to strike him, the difference between, the disparity between rural India and urban India. Even back then and even now, there is a difference. We are privileged to call ourselves part of modern India, of India. But what about Bharat? He used to speak of Bharat even back then. That what about Bharat? The villages that he would see over here when he would scout the area looking for land. He would see a lot of disparity, he would see a lot of poverty, he would see living conditions which were nowhere close to what we are used to in these towns and cities. He says there was a time when he was in a car and they were trying to cross one dirt road, and there was a very senior lady sitting in the middle of the road. So the driver honked, and immediately he said, no, don't honk. He got off the car and went to the Maushi and asked her, Kasa Maushi bara hai na? And he spoke to her for 2-3 minutes. He spoke Marathi more fluently than Sindhi, I think. So the lady interacted briefly, and he asked her why she's sitting in the middle of the road. So she said, it's cold today, so I wanted a little bit of the sun, so I'm sitting here. So he wanted to ask her to move so that the car could pass. So before that, he put his hand out into his wallet and took out a 20 rupee note and tried to give it to her. She refused to accept it. She refused to accept it on the premises, "Mi kashala gyu tuja karna." And she was very strong, very adamant that I don't know you, तू कोण आहे? मी कशाला घेऊ तुझ्याकडनं? मी 20 रुपये कशाला तुझ्याकडनं घ्यायचे? मी नाही घेणार. And she pushed his hand and moved away so the car could pass. His first impression, early impressions at that point of time was that villagers and rural India have a sense of pride and dignity. You need not be in a city, you need not be highly educated, you need not be wearing fashionable shoes and clothes to give the aura or presentation of that I am educated or I have a high level of understanding of life. This was a very simple lady who told me, probably had no access to education, but with a lot of dignity, a lot of pride, and did not fall for a 20 rupee note. That is what really drew him to this land. What drew him to this land was the greenery. It was clean. The laterite soil, the water, the porousness, the mangoes are unspeakable about. I mean, we all know living here what nature has over here. That is what drew him to this land, and I think his destiny was tied with Ratnagiri. So when FIL was established over here, he realized that to get a good manpower to work for the company, we needed to have good colleges here. There were some schools, but there were no colleges. And that is how came the genesis of FAMT. FAMT was established in 1996, and our first principal was Dr. Garud. Dr. Ashnare took over very soon from Dr. Garud. And Dr. Ashnare, I must say, he and his team have done an excellent job of putting Ratnagiri on the map. I have some statistics here which I'm sure all of us are aware regarding FAMT. The first year we were 59 students. Now we are 1850. We had gone up to 2400. The numbers are dropping. The numbers are dropping, and the worry is the numbers are dropping because more and more students wish to migrate from rural India to urban India. I cannot question the aspiration of a student for a better life. For a better life, as we perceive that there are more facilities in modern India, in Pune, in Mumbai versus Ratnagiri. I cannot challenge that question. But I can definitely observe and say that the more people that migrate to the cities are already bursting in their seams to provide facilities, whether it is health, education, road, sanitary infrastructure. I would urge each one of us here today to rethink a decision of migrating to the city. We are born here and our roots are here. And in many ways, it is our social responsibility to develop this part of India. We started with 1 undergrad, now we have 6 undergrad branches and 2 postgrad. We started with 15 girl students, we have 600 now, 35% I am told, and I am very proud of that. This is this one message that Chairman has passed down to all of us, that at any given moment, if a girl child walks in seeking admission, she will not go back unheard. She has to have an admission over here, and finances cannot be a deterrent. For a deserving student and for a deserving girl student, finances cannot be a deterrent at all. We have diligently followed his message from then to now. The number of faculty we had then was 8. We have 128 now. We had 1 PhD then. We have 7 now. It is my personal request. I would like it to be an agenda for all our faculty that we promise ourselves that we will add in the next 5 years a minimum of 20 PhDs to our credit. This has to come from my faculty friends. So what made FAMT what it is today? I mean, each one of us will have different reasons. I have thought, and it came to me that it was Chairman's vision of equal education at affordable price. There's always a temptation, let's increase the fees. Let us increase different ways of getting a remuneration or a cash intake. But our Chairman was very firm. He has always been firm that this premises is only for education. To do business, he has to know that. So the education wing will always be treated with respect and the dignity it deserves. It is up to us to prove, and we have proved by the number of gold and silver medals and the number of medal rankers we have every year from inception to now. We have proved that rural India is not short of any talent. Yes, we may be short of opportunity, but we are not short of talent. And all the gold medals and silver medals are proof that there is talent in India, rural India, there is talent in FAMT, and we have been able to achieve and go at par with any college anywhere in the country. We've had few entrepreneurs, we've had alumni approximately more than 3,800. We've had students coming back to us to tell us of their time over here. And the biggest reward or award, if you can ask any academician on the dais, the biggest reward or award of being an academician is when a student remembers and comes back and acknowledges that the 4 years over here had some meaning or contributed to the development of his life. Chairman also had one small area of concern that young people today have a lot of lack of confidence and a lack of belief in themselves. And he would always prompt that you can achieve what you want. You can achieve what you want, and we have not to hide behind political reasons or economic reasons or the rules of the system to say that we could not achieve this and this because. So he never believed in finding reasons to hold ourselves back. He was one person who would always say, let's just go for it and deal with whatever comes our way, as far as we know what our goal is at the end. He was a great stickler for putting things down in writing. He would always say, keep for yourself a short-term goal, a medium-term goal, a long-term goal. Each one can have their own dream, can have their own goal. But then when we write out those goals, we will know with clarity in our mind that what are the steps that we need to take to reach our own goal. He always believed that we can achieve and believe that we can. So today when we celebrate Founders Day, I'm very happy to note all the different activities in this newsletter that are mentioned out, which were conducted in honor of him, whether it's an electrical safety campaign or a carpentry training session or contribution to the Digital India campaign, the donation drive by the chemical department, the blood donation camp, besides numerous donations of computers, books and stationery, donations to Avishkar and Mahir, and we have also put up an exhibition cum sale, for sale of handicrafts by the students of Avishkar and Abhyankar Mukh Badir Vidyalaya for the 3 days of our annual fest. I would suggest all of us encourage and use and buy things from both these NGOs. This in many ways helps us realize that all of us are working towards a social cause, whichever amount, whether it's 10 rupees or 10,000 rupees. The idea is to inculcate in ourselves the aspect of sharing what we have.